welcome back to Beauty Bee and to a 2 looks 1 palette using the Mint palette that I put together a couple of days ago. I will link that video both up in the cards and down in the description if you're interested. The short version is today I'll be doing one look. I think this is going to be a green halo eye that really focuses in on that really light mint shade that we have in the palette. And then tomorrow I'll do something else. It'll probably be a little bit more on the neutral side. That's usually how I like to go, is do one that's more colorful, one that's more neutral, but we shall see. Maybe this will be the day that I choose to mix things up. So how we're going to start is I have already primed my lids. I've set my lids. I've done my brows. I don't think I've done anything else. But anyway, I'm ready to start my eye makeup. So I have this brush that is already wet, and I'm going to go into this green shade. I will list out everything I use by look in the description box, and I'm going to put this. Oh, that is even weaker than I thought it would be. Shoot. I thought the wet brush would be enough, but I think I might need to go in with my finger. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Pigment, for choosing to make an appearance in this video. And I'm going to do the inner third and the outer third, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I'm really not too worried about it because the glitter is actually pretty full on. Okay, so we're gonna look real sloppy and then it's all gonna come together, I hope. If not, it probably says fail in the video, or I just haven't posted, so we shall see. Does anyone else just hate using a wet brush? It reminds me so much of when you used to watercolor in elementary school. I just hate that feeling of it on my eye. Okay, we can always do cleanup work towards the end. But for right now, I think we're done with that shade before we go complete clown mode. And I'm going to take some glitter glue and just apply that in the middle third. I'm going to overlap on both sides that green that I put down. See if I can work the cap correctly. Okay, now for the glitter. That's the fun part. We're going to be using this green glitter. Well, this mint glitter for this mint look, which has gotten real minty real fast. Okay, that'll help tone it down. I'm just going to put that just as far up as I did that green. More of the same on the other eye. You know, I'm actually pretty impressed with how bright that green showed up. I was not expecting that much from that particular shade. I think that I want to add a little bit more to the crease. And so for that, I'm going to take this crease brush and this sort of sage green matte shade. And I'm just going to try to buff out any edges I can find. I'm probably going to have to go in with a true white to brighten up this area a little bit, but that's okay. I usually highlight my inner corner anyway. And then we'll need to decide what to do with the lower lash line. This look kind of got away from me because I didn't realize just how well that would work with the water. I knew that it was really, really hard to build up the one time I used it dry with my finger, so I figured it would be pretty difficult with a brush too. And I was incorrect. So I guess that just goes to show that you really do need to try things multiple ways before writing them off completely. So in the interest of adding some brightness to my corner, I'm going to go into this sort of shimmery white on a shader brush. I'm just gonna sort of stick that over the green that's in my inner corner. It's going to do double duty as my inner corner highlight and just mellowing that out a little bit. I actually really like that color that's coming through right there where it's mixed a little bit with that brighter green. I don't have a mint that is really that color. I think it's really pretty. I'm actually liking this look a lot more than I thought I might when I realized how pigmented that green could get. So I'm just gonna clean off this real big crease brush on my hand and do some more blending. Okay. I do think that I want to add more of that green to the lower lash line. Am I a little bit scared? Yes, but it's gonna be fine. So, same color. Actually, do I want the same color? Actually, I'm not sure about going into more of that green. I think instead as a risk mitigation strategy, I'm going to use this little smudger brush and go into this shimmery teal. And I'm going to run that under my eye instead. So I think I might have disappeared off camera for all of that, but what I did was I just ran it underneath, trying to get it a little lighter on the inner corner, a little deeper on the outer corner, and then I sort of blended it up just a little bit into the outer corner to sort of marry the two darker greens together. And I don't think it's actually quite even. I might need to do a little bit of cleanup work just on this side, or, you know, the other strategies I'll just... Or just even it out by adding more instead of removing, you know. It works either way. Okay, I think that the eye shadow is in a good place, so I'm going to add some mascara, and I'll be back in just a minute. So as I was putting on my mascara, I realized that the mint on this side was a little bit patchy, so I just filled that in by tapping a little bit more on, and I think it's better now. Fingers crossed. So now we're just gonna do cheeks and lips pretty quickly. I already have some chapstick on, so I'm just going to run this Maybelline lipstick over. I don't want a ton of color because I've got enough color already, but I do want to add a little bit of something similar with the cheeks. My go-to has been my Project Pan blush. This is Tarte Harmony, and the goal is to use this up in 2021. I definitely have a good start on it, but the last one that I used up took me 2.5 years, so who knows at this point. And I'm also just going to mix that with a little bit of this Hummingbird blush from Wet n Wild. It's a pretty similar base color, but it's much glowier. This is not really a straight blush for me. This is more of a blush topper or just a pink highlighter. I'm just going to go pretty lightly with that as well. And I think that's the finished look. So what do we think? Sitting in front of the camera with your eyes closed, just moving your head around, never feels less weird. All right, I will see you tomorrow for look number 2. Bye. Hello again for look number 2. Today, we're just jumping right in. I'm going to start by laying down a little bit of this very dark green in my upper corner. I'm just going to use my finger. This is going to get layered over, so I'm not worried at all about keeping this very neat. As I think I mentioned in the other video, as I think I mentioned in the earlier part of the video, and if I didn't, I meant to. I plan for this look to be a lot more sort of everyday wearable than the other one. So now I'm going to go into this matte green. I'm going to take that on my finger as well. I'm going to cover the rest of my lid. Honestly, I kind of like that as is. It's not going to stay that way, but I do like it. So my plan for this is to layer some silver over almost all the color that I've put down so far. I think that doing so will really add a greenish tinge to the silver, make it more of a true mint look than a silver look, but still neutral enough that I think I would be comfortable wearing this most places. So here we have our silver, and I'm going to take that just on another finger. I'm quickly running out of clean fingers, but that's okay. Scoop over that entire area. I do like that. Kind of a sage mint shade. Is that a thing? Okay. Definitely going to need to do some cleanup work, but we've at least got the foundation laid down. Now under the eye, I think I'm going to smudge a little bit of this green in the inner half, roughly. And then switch to the darker green for the outer half. Same brush and everything, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so now just to blend things out, I'm going to go into Classic, which is unfortunately a shade that is attached to my mirror, but there is a bad swatch of that on a dirty finger. Here's a swatch of that. It is a neutral brown transition shade. I'm going to use that to blend all the edges out. Okay, that's looking fairly soft. Honestly, maybe I can just cover that up with a little bit of cream. Let's give that a go. because I don't really feel like getting out anything more. I've got this sort of light yellow shade. I'm just going to use that to clean up this area a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. Now to really bring out that this is mint, I'm going to use the, well, mint shade just on a little detail brush, and I'm going to pop that right in the inner corner. So, this little detail brush, by the way. All right. So now I think all I have left to do as far as the eyes go is to add a little bit of Revlon highlight, for which I will use this white with some shimmer in it. I believe I used this yesterday in my inner corner. Okay, and I will add some mascara and be back in just a sec. Now, after I put my mascara on, I realized that I do want a little bit more green. So I'm going to go back into that shade we started with, just on the finger again, and tap the tiniest bit in the outer corner. Just to give a little bit more dimension to my eye, and to really bring out that this is a green look and not a gray look. Okay, so I'm liking where that is. Now for blush and lips, I'm just going to use this Sassy Mauve from Revlon. It's one of their super lustrous lipsticks. And I'm going to dot that on my cheeks as well. And blend in with this hand, which is clean, not make the mistake of going in with my green fingers and completely wrecking everything that I've just done. And then I'm going to very lightly dust a little bit of the same blush I used yesterday, this Tarte Harmony, mixed together with some highlighter. A little bit of both of these. Hopefully that was not too blinding. Just go over that entire area where I applied the other blush. And I think that is the finished look. I'm really liking this color combination. I was thinking last night about what look I wanted to do today, and I had come up with maybe 3 or 4 different possibilities, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying at least a couple of those in the weeks ahead. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll let me know what you think of these 2 looks. And please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed. That would mean a lot to me. Thanks again, and I'm looking forward to next time. Bye!